One day, clouds that had thickened to a frightening blackness brought down a downpour of unprecedented ferocity on Anytown. Earlier, a rumor had spread in extraordinary superstitious circles that the soul of the city was fading due to the increasing number of deaths of residents. The kind of death that inflicted a particularly severe wound on the proud and pretentious soul of Anytown: suicide. In recent weeks, there were monstrously more people who killed themselves than were born. The city breathed the stench of irreversible despondency and despair, so its soul was involuntarily saturated with it. It seemed that the clouds had absorbed the vapors of darkness emanating from the entire insides of Anytown. For 7 days, with short stops, the rain poured down on the city in thin, icy blows. Many streets were flooded with both dirty water from the sky and the smells of damp rot and wet sand. Some got off with only damage to the bright makeup of their houses. The rain's vicissitudes could not last forever, and Anytown somehow managed to dry up, except for one street, where a narrow but extremely deep puddle formed, which did not want to free the land. That street was called Fairy Tale Street, which was perceived ironically by its inhabitants, because the only thing that the name meant was a fabulously huge percentage of crime and accidental deaths. Moreover, the puddle could still contribute to the latter, since it was deep enough for a child or a short adult to drown in it. Its supernatural image soon became overgrown with various horror stories and legends. They said that if you stepped into it with your left foot, you could fall straight into hell. Then a strange version came to replace it about getting into the lair of monsters like Cthulhu. Then they started talking that the puddle was certainly a passage to the kingdom of the biblical Leviathan. But the legend of the black new evil Merrow with cold hands has taken root more than anything else. If someone came to the puddle after midnight and touched it, then either something terrible or something wonderful would happen to them. Merrow generously rewarded the pure in heart, fulfilling their most cherished dreams, but death awaited all the others who dared to touch her. Evil Merrow appeared before them in all her terrible form and pulled them with a death grip to an unknown bottom. The last thing the unfortunates saw before death was her completely black eyes, like gaping holes in the abyss. Many dared to come to Merrow. They were different people and at the same time similar to each other. They were all confident in their purity and that they deserved to have their dreams come true. A girl who wants to possess the heart of a young man and destroy her rival. Evil Merrow's hands closed around her neck before she could scream. A girl who hated her stepmother and wished she would disappear, no matter how. The dirty water had extinguished her hatred forever. A student who wanted his studies to be easy. In the dark, he no longer had to work for anything. A pregnant woman who prayed with all her heart for her child to be strong, smart, and beautiful. Perhaps the eternal sleep she had fallen into had given her the ideal she longed for. A boy who dreamed of being the best student in school and the most adored by the girls. Perhaps he had not yet managed to emerge from his sweet dreams of anticipation before the mud-soaked water closed over his head. A homeless alcoholic babbling for some generous millionaire philanthropist to make him rich. In the depths of the puddle, he will find a permanent shelter. An old woman chattering so that ungrateful children spend as much time with her as possible. Under the dark vaults of water, her indignation will no longer be heard. Everyone thought that Merrow would accept them as pure in heart. All except one. A mad gleam danced in her eyes, but they did not exude life at all. She was paler than the moon hanging in the sky. She impulsively entered the puddle, as if she knew in advance what the decision of the mystical court would be over her. The water reached her lips. The girl stood in gloomy anticipation, tried to splash, make a semblance of noise. But in the end, nothing happened. A bitter laugh rang out.
I see. You can't kill me, because this is what I want.
She immediately completely sank into the water, but a couple of seconds later she surfaced and shook her head. Reluctantly, the girl climbed out onto dry land, leaving behind wet, dirty footprints. Before leaving, she took another look at the ill-fated puddle. It seemed to her that coal-black eyes flashed just below the surface, and blue fingers poked out of the water. But soon the bizarre vision disappeared, leaving a mystery as to whether it had been real for even a moment.